Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Rescue Me. I'm Natalie Herbeck. So glad you're with us today. We have not one, not two, not three, but 6 amazing, adorable puppies that are waiting for a loving home. This is, if I feel like what heaven would possibly look like, this could be it today. And I'm so excited to have our guest here with us. Amy Hunt is here with Multiple Breed Rescue out of Grafton. You also have a training facility on your farm there too.
I do, yes. MBR Farm, dog boarding and training.
So it's safe to say that Amy knows a thing or two about making sure that animals are cared for in the right way. I thank you for coming in today. I can't wait to introduce everyone to these adorable little puppies. But first I want to hear more about the rescue and what you do. So you started with the training facility and then you added on the rescue?
No, actually the other way around. The rescue came first, and I specialized in taking dogs that were like shut down, fearful, aggressive, those kind of things in the shelter, where the shelter's like, we can't really adopt these dogs out, it's not safe for the public. So I was taking those and rehabilitating them. And so as time went on, people said, well, can you train my dog? Can you train my dog? And everything's just morphed over the last 20 years.
So you can help people, not even shelter dogs. Do you help other people too that might bring their dog to you and say, hey,
yes,
we're having some troubles? What is your area of expertise? What do you focus on?
I specialize in dogs with behavioral problems. So fear-based aggression, reactivity, those kind of things.
Well, and this is amazing what you're doing. The farm itself is pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
50-acre farm.
50 acres nestled in the woods in Grafton.
Wow, and it's not just made up of dogs there that need homes. You have some other rescues there too that are not your typical rescues.
Yes, yeah, so I do help out our Humane Society with some of the, like there was a cockfighting ring bust last year, so I took like 56 birds. Some of them were adopted out, a couple of them I kept. And then I have 5 rescued ducks, I have 5 rescued goats, and I have a rescued donkey. Those I'm keeping them.
Oh, well, those might have their safe space there,
yeah,
but the animals, they're in care. It's a lot of foster base, so you have fosters all over that take in these dogs?
Yeah, we have fosters as far as Ashland, all the way into Cleveland, all the way into Erie County. So we are mostly foster based, but all the dogs start at my boarding facility. So I get a chance to assess them, make sure that we get all of their ailments kind of figured out, their behavior, and then we send them to foster homes.
So you get them ready and prepared to go into that next home where the people who are adopting don't have a fear of how this dog might react in certain situations.
Correct, yeah. If there's ever a dog in the boarding facility that someone wants to adopt, we won't let them adopt, we'll let them foster. And then once they've fostered for a week or 2, then they can decide if they want to keep the dog or just continue to foster it or return it back to the boarding facility.
That's an amazing process. I mean, it really sounds like you're making sure that they have the utmost care and they're set up for success. Yeah. Not failure. And in doing this, though, it requires some donations, I'm guessing, from all of us, because I know you're not being handed money to keep everything up and running. So you need our help to keep this going.
For sure. And we actually are kind of known for taking the dogs that may have those higher medical bills. So actually on Friday night, I answered the phone. It was an animal control friend of mine, and she answered the phone. I said, hello, this is Amy. And she goes, don't make me kill this dog. And I'm like, oh, what? It was 9 o'clock. And so it was an emaciated dog that she had picked up off the streets of Cleveland. And they took it to the emergency vet and had x-rays done, and it was full of bones. They think maybe like chicken bones from eating out of the garbage. And it was going to be $4,000 to $6,000 for the surgery. Well, the city-run shelter can't do that on one dog. So I was the dog's only hope. So we went ahead and did the surgery. So, yeah.
And that is why we need to continue to support what you do. That is amazing that you were able to. But again, it takes, and I see like the tears in your eyes as you say that. It just goes to show you the love that these people have and the passion that is there. Oh, you just are such a good soul. And so again, when you have things throughout the year, events that take place where we can help support you too, right?
Yeah. So we actually have our murder mystery dinner. All the tickets have been sold out, but we still need sponsors and raffle baskets for that. And the dog that ate the chicken bones, actually she was full of plastic and chicken bones, so we were pretty sure she got into the garbage. She just arrived this morning, like an hour before I came here. And so we need donations for her care. And then we have the Grafton Summer Sizzlin' Fest that will happen in July. And so vendors can come and set up and sell their products there. We have food trucks and we'll have raffles there and things like that. So we need more vendors for that, raffles for that.
Well, we're going to learn more about what you're doing, how we can help, and we're going to meet these adorable little puppies who have a very inspiring story themselves.
Oh, they do.
So as soon as we come back, just wait until you see these precious faces. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. I didn't disappoint, did I? We have added Sarah as well, who is a board member. Thank you, Sarah, for all that you do. Who do we have with us?
So this is Brutus,
Okay.
and this is Kellogg. They are brothers, obviously from the same litter. They are super food motivated, as you can tell. The interest is all back here on the treats. Kellogg is the biggest of the group. He's the chunky boy, and he is super chill and relaxed. He's the first to come over and sit for a treat. He's the first to want to get picked up and cuddled, just super snuggly. And then Brutus also will come over pretty quickly for treats, also relatively calmer and snuggly and super friendly. They've been experiencing all kinds of new stuff so that they're not fearful of things, and they're just really fantastic little puppies.
They're so sweet. So there was a litter of 6 of them. We have their siblings that you're going to meet as well. How did they come to you guys? Their story is quite, it's miraculous that they're alive.
It is completely. We are actually talking about that on the drive-in. So again, received a phone call from my animal control friends, and they had found a litter of 6 puppies in middle of January underneath someone's porch.
In the middle of January,
Yes.
which we've had one of the roughest winters.
Right, like how they all stayed alive, no idea. And they were healthy 6 puppies. I mean, we got them and they were chunky monkeys. So that mama did everything, and she was completely depleted. Like, she was emaciated and, nothing but a walking milk jugs for these guys. So I don't know how she kept them alive. I don't know.
Nothing like a mother's, it's like that mother's love is resilient, and it just shows. She kept you all ready to go. Up there.
No eating pearl.
Okay, hold on, here we go. Okay, no, it was just the shirt. Okay, I got worried that we'd get a pearl in the mouth, and we do not want that. They're inquisitive. They're puppies. How many weeks old are they?
So they turned 8 weeks on Thursday, is our guess, yeah.
And how often do you get puppies as cases that come through?
It's a lot.
Really?
But we can usually only handle 1 litter at a time. Actually, the week before that we got these, or just a couple days before we got these, we got 2 more puppies that were found in an abandoned apartment. So the apartment landlord person went in, and there were just 2 puppies in this abandoned apartment, and they're about a week older than these 2.
So thankfully they were in good condition. So there wasn't much that you had to do financially to get them into good standing, right? But again, a lot of dogs that come, as you just addressed before, do not have that same luck.
Yeah, I mean, puppies are expensive just to keep.
Well, they are, and I think people have to realize the amount of effort that goes into it before they just say, "Hey, I want to adopt a cute puppy." I mean, there's so much work that goes into puppies compared to even adult dogs that you would adopt.
Yeah, we have a volunteer that comes in, and she comes in about 6:30 in the morning, and she's there till noon or 1, just taking care of them.
Wow.
Not even taking care of any of the others, because they are so much work. When you have 6 puppies that need fed and 6 puppies that need cleaned up after, and we go through blankets for sure.
I mean, it's like having 6 babies at once. It really is the amount of the things we have to clean up, the droppings and the little bellies that need fed. They're so precious. Now, are they up for adoption yet, or do they have to wait? They are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
So these could be one of these, 2 of them. It'd be so much fun if we could get a couple of these to be put into the same home so they could have a sibling with them. Let's do this. Let's meet their other siblings right after this. Thank you, guys. Welcome back. We brought Lindsay in, another wonderful board member, and we have the 2 girls of the group. Who do we have?
We have Sunny right here.
Sunny!
Miss Sunny, and then this is Jessie. Jessie is probably one of the most confident, even though she is the smallest of probably all of the puppies.
There's something about smaller dogs having that, that distinct confidence and thinking they run the show, so that makes sense. So she's the one who gets mischievous and gets everyone going?
Gets everybody playing, one of the first to explore new things. But Sunny's not far behind her. She's pretty confident too.
look at how precious they are.
Lost a little
Look
snack.
at oh, there we go.
They've all-
So how, I mean, when they're this young, I guess when people are adopting them, they'd be fine to go into all different homes. But I do love the idea of them being some of them being put together so that they have a sibling with them. I think the girls got to stick together, don't we? Right? But what I think is amazing, Amy, is that yes, we talk about how these pups are in great shape, and thankfully they were. But you have so many, as you mentioned earlier, so many dogs that come in that aren't.
Yeah.
And that the amount of the lengths that you will go to save them is something so inspiring, I feel like, too.
Yeah, last year at the vet office, not including medication, we spent $154,000. So our accountant just put all of that together. So I got the number last week, and that was 213 dogs that we took in last year and spent $154,000.
Wow. And now you have close to 40 dogs that are in your care.
Yes. Yeah, at the end of today we'll be 36 or 38 because we're getting 2 new dogs in today.
And again, all of this is funded by us helping you. And if not, then what you're doing as a rescue would not be able to keep going.
Yeah.
And to know, again, to see in your face the way you reacted when you knew that you could save that dog's life, we need more people like this in this world that will help these helpless creatures. And I mean, what you do is truly inspiring at all times. And I know we can find different ways to help. You have a wish list on Amazon, right?
We do.
For the pups.
And for
Yeah.
Chewy, right?
Yeah, and Chewy. Mm-hmm.
So is that all through your website?
It is. Yeah,
we
you
can
can
find
find
it
the
there.
links. And we post the links on our Facebook page, which you don't have to join it. It is public. So if somebody just wanted to go on there real quick, they can find us on Facebook.
I have to ask, because you guys are used to getting a lot of puppies in. Who are more of the calmer ones? Is it the boys or the girls normally, or is it just a mix and everybody's personality is different?
Yeah, everybody's personality is different for sure. Because I'm a trainer, there's a lot of science base that goes into how we place our dogs. So, we're not about first come, first serve. We are about best fit and setting everybody up for success, the humans and the dogs that we place.
So how does your process work? If someone sees one of these pups and they want to adopt them, do they come out to your farm, meet with them? How does that whole process
So
go?
you fill out an application, which you can find online, and you fill out that application. The application is processed. We do check everything that's on the application, and then once you're processed and approved, someone will reach out to you and let you know, and then we'll talk to you about maybe if it's one of these puppies or one of our other dogs, and make sure it's a good fit. Sometimes you might really like Miss Jessie, right? Who's spicy is what I like to call her. And if you have another spicy dog at home, that's probably not a good fit, right? So we would talk about that, and then maybe, oh my gosh.
Sunny.
Sunny
would be-
My brain just, Urban
Well,
is her brother, and it looks just like her.
Well, and 6, I don't know how you keep them all straight, to be honest. So
Yeah.
you would maybe suggest another dog. then,
Right.
that
Yep,
would
and
be
so we would
more
talk
fitting.
about that for sure. Yeah.
I have to ask you, Linda, what's the most, being a board member, being part of this organization, what's the most rewarding thing about it for you?
Most reward, obviously making a difference in the lives of dogs. Before I got involved in volunteering, a lot of times you see things online and they touch your heart, but then you're like, I want to be a part of it, not just look at things on a screen. I want to actually be in the trenches making a difference. In addition to being a board member, I've fostered. I've had 55 different fosters in 8 years, and watching them get healthier, watching them get more confident, watching them grow, and then seeing them off to their forever family is definitely one of the best things to be a part of.
I think it's so wonderful that you do it. Does it ever get hard having
Every
them and you
day.
being so attached to them, and then? But that's got to be when you find, again, the rigorous process that you go through to make sure it's a good fit. You at least know they're in great hands.
You usually feel pretty confident. Like you're like, wow, this was meant to be. You just feel like all the things align. And there are ones that play on your heart a little bit more, and you're like, maybe if things were different, they would have been meant for me. But you just, at the same time, most of us have our own dogs, and you're kind of like, you know what, my dogs are ready to be the center of my world again when I'm in a foster break.
Well, they have to. It's hard on the owner's dogs too. Sometimes you forget they want to be back at the center of attention. I get it. You guys are amazing. We have 2 more siblings to bring out. So 2 more of your brothers. Yes. She's been holding my hand this whole time. I can't.
Little face.
We will be back and we'll meet 2 more of these adorable, precious pups from the same litter. Well, they came in and they're already chomping down on some treats. We have the final 2, both boys, right? Now, what are these names?
This is Urban, and this is Zeke.
So in case, I don't think we've addressed this yet. They're all named after Buckeyes.
Famous Buckeyes.
Famous Buckeyes.
Yeah.
So-
Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer.
They're so precious. And again, the story, the fact that they were found under a porch, and I believe you said it was one of the worst, like that time frame. I love those puppy teeth will get you.
I know.
So excited about the snack.
It was some of the coldest days we've experienced,
Yeah.
and they survived
Yeah, we still
thanks to Mama.
still don't even know how. Yeah, the Cleveland Animal Control, someone had a little TikTok video of them crawling underneath the porch, one of the animal control officers, and pulling them out of this porch and just holding them up, these little fat chunkies. They didn't even have eyes open. That's why they were roughly 2 weeks old when they pulled them out. Some of them were having little slivers of eyes open. But yeah, all of us were like, how did they stay alive? -8, like
They're resilient pups.
I couldn't even go get the
already.
mail. It was too cold, and they lived outside born outside.
No, you get puppies in a lot, but no, it's multiple breed rescue. So
Yes.
you get all types of dogs. I'm guessing
Yes.
that come. And how are they? I know you mentioned there's a lot of people that will call you and say, "Please help me save this dog's life." How else do you get the dogs into you?
So we only take dogs from the shelters.
Okay.
So we don't take any owner surrenders. So sadly, the people that are calling me are the animal control officers that have just picked up these sick and injured dogs. One of the animal control officers in Cleveland, we take a lot of the Cleveland dogs. We did 113, I think, Cleveland from the city of Cleveland last year. We took 113. Yeah. So the animal control officers there will call me, and they called just a couple months ago about a Rottweiler that was just tied to a fence. He was emaciated. We took him in, and he was heartworm positive. So, let's see. We had a parvo puppy not too long ago from Cleveland, a dog that needed its leg amputated. Those are the things that we like to take in. The ones that need extra.
And they take in the ones that need extra, and that's why we need to give them extra. We need to support them in all they do. Can we feature these little guys? How would you say? What are their demeanors here of these two? They both seem
They're
spunky as well.
hungry. They're hungry.
Zeke's very confident. He's like one of the first ones, kind of similar to his sister Jessie, like one of the first to explore. We're like one of the first days that you had them outside. Urban was a little like, I'm gonna hang back. I'm waiting to see what my siblings do first. So I would say Urban's a little bit more of a follower, but also very people focused typically. Like if you're sitting on the floor, he's one of the ones that's like instantly in your lap. And yeah, Zeke. They're
hungry.
both so hungry.
They had lunch before they came. Yeah.
So we've had the website up throughout this entire time. The website is the easiest place for people to go, make donations, get on those wish lists, see what kind of events you have coming up where we can come and support you.
Yes.
And then I just want to quickly also plug then too, you will help others like someone like me who wants their dog trained. You can do that as well at your facility?
Yes. And actually I started with these guys about 2 weeks ago, just teaching them that jumping up was not okay. So they learned to walk over to me and sit, and they get a treat and they get pets. So Urban and Kellogg were the two best at it. As soon as I walk into a room, they'll walk directly to my feet and sit down and look up at me. And then if I give them a treat, Kellogg has a tendency to move and sit and look at me again. He learned how to turn me into a Pez dispenser.
Well, just talking with you, knowing your demeanor, I think you would be the perfect fit for someone who's looking to have their dog trained as well, because you care so much, and anything you're doing to reprimand these animals is with love and care through the whole process. This is what you get when you have puppies on TV, right?
And a treat pouch.
It's bound to happen. I admire what you guys do so much, and I know it's so rewarding. I can only imagine at times it can be pull at your heartstrings so much to see these animals come in the way they do sometimes, but all the more reason for us to just get involved and help you guys to succeed.
Yeah, a lot of sleepless nights sometimes.
I can only imagine being in your, I always say I'm the biggest dog lover you will find. I don't know if I could ever do what you do, because I think it would eat at me so much. So we need people like you who are willing to go through. I mean, that takes a toll on your mental state because you care so much.
Yeah. We had 2 years ago, we had litters of puppies born, and I slept in the kennel for like a week straight. They had to be bottle fed around the clock.
You guys are the real The real
Yeah.
deal. It's a multiple breed rescue
Yes.
in Grafton, and MBR Farm
Is the boarding and
her boarding
training.
and training facility. Keep that in mind. Go to their website, make a donation. There's never an amount that is too small just to help these wonderful dogs get into the best homes. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I'm Natalie Herbick, and we'll see you on the next Rescue Me. Say so long, guys. Say so long. Oh, he's like, no.
No, I'm eating. I'm eating.